Welcome to Express Web Application Framework. After watching this video, you will be able to describe the Express framework, explain the primary uses of Express, and download Express. Express is a web application framework based on the Node.js runtime environment. However, Express abstracts low-level details. Express helps you organize your application better and develop your application faster. It provides robust mechanisms for integrating middleware packages and handling different hypertext transfer protocol or HTTP request methods. The Express Web Application Framework is widely used in the field today and forms the basis of other frameworks as well. Now, Express is primarily used for two purposes. One, as an API, and the second is to set up templates with server-side rendering, also known as SSR. Using Express to build APIs means setting up an HTTP interface to interact with the data layer. In the case of APIs, data is sent back to the client in JSON format using a response object, or RES for short. The res.json method is used to notify the client of the content type of the data being sent, such as if it's an image or a text. It can also be used to stringify data, in other words, converting JavaScript to JSON format. In server-side rendering, or SSR, Express is used to set up templates. Express is responsible for using the data sent from the client supplied by an HTTP request in conjunction with the template to dynamically write HTML, CSS, and/or JavaScript. The HTML, CSS, and/or JavaScript is sent back to the client as text so that the browser can render the page. This is accomplished using the Express res.render method.
Express implements an app class that you map to a web resource path. In contrast, when using the Node.js Core Application Programming Interface, or API, the http.createServer function relies on your custom callback function to parse through the web resource path. Here is an overview of how to work with Express. There are 5 steps. Step 1. Declare Express as a dependency in the package manifest of a Node.js project. 2. Run the npm command to download any missing modules. 3. Import the Express module and create an Express application. 4. Create the new route handler. And 5. Start an HTTP server on a given port number. Next, you will see how to complete steps 1 and 2. First, to declare Express as a dependency in the package.json file, create a package.json file in your project folder. The package.json file stores information about the contents of a Node.js module, including 5 items: name, version, description, main, and dependencies. Name is a name for the Node.js module. Version is a string that defines the major and minor version number of the module. Description is a sentence that describes the purpose of the module. Main identifies the Node.js script as the entry point into the module. And dependencies is a list of which Node.js modules the current module requires. To declare Express as a dependency, list the Express module and a version number in the dependencies property. Here in the package.json dependency file, the name of the module is temperature. Its version is 1.0.0. Its description, retrieve current weather conditions in the United States. The main script file, which is the entry point in the module, is set to app.js. It has a dependency on the Express framework, which is version 4.x. Now, in step 2, you run the npm command to download any missing modules. When you run the npm install command inside the Node.js module directory, it resolves any missing dependent Node.js modules. The command downloads and saves any missing Node.js modules into its own node_module directory. This scheme allows you to use different versions of the same Node.js module in different packages. For example, a custom Node.js module installs a version 4.0 release of the Express framework. Another Node.js module installs version 5.0 in its own Node module repository. To install a Node.js module into the shared node_module directory, run npm install with your module name from the directory with your Node.js installation. To download Express, run npm install in your project folder. When you run the command npm install with no parameters, the npm application scans your package.json file. It checks your node_module directory to see if any modules are missing. In this case, the Express Web Application Framework is not in your current installation. The npm application downloads the Express framework and all of its dependent modules.
In this video, you learned that Express is a third-party module that provides a framework for building web applications. Express serves two purposes: to set up APIs and to implement SSR. And to install Express, there are 5 steps. Declare Express as a dependency in the package manifest of a Node.js project. Run the npm command to download any missing modules. Import the Express module and create an Express application. Create a new route handler. And finally, start an HTTP server on a given port number.